Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video, I am once again taking a look at one of your designs that you have linked me in the comment section of one of my videos. And for today, we're looking at another small fighter, which is called the Civilian Purposes Fighter Qualar, which is this little thing right here. So this small ship packs one hell of a punch. It has a bunch of reloadable rocket launchers on the top, and if I was to drop all the way down, we have a lot of gatling guns to blast your enemies with. This ship was designed around bounty contracts, so that is why it's got such high amounts of weaponry on it, and it will blast your enemies into pieces. Pressing F10 and finding it in the spawn menu, let's just go for fighter. The Civilian Fighter is 424 small blocks using no mods and no DLC packs. And you can see right there what's included. 8 gatling guns, 4 reloadable rocket launchers with a script, so it fires on a pattern. We got some batteries on there, we got ion thrusters, and we've got some cameras and everything else. So coming out of that, we're going to have a very quick look around the outside, and then we're going to attack a little station I spawned over there and see how much damage we can do to it in a little strafing run. At the very front here, we got ourselves a fighter cockpit in the clean white skin. On its left and on its right, we got some bulletproof windows just to help you with some stray bullets to try and minimize the damage to the cockpit. At the very front, we got some blockwork just to finish off the cockpit's look, and we also have a small gap to allow us to access the cockpit's inventories. So if you wanted to put a extra bottle of oxygen or hydrogen, some ammunition and a handgun in there, you can do. As we come around the side, we can see some grey carbon fiber skin blocks that just come from the cockpit over to the side where we have our reloadable rocket launchers. Just below them, we got some gatling guns, and then just beside them, we've got ourselves a camera sitting on some wheels and blast or edge parts. That's actually quite a neat way of having your camera sitting on the small wheel like that. It's very neat. But anyway, if we come up and continue along around the side, we got some more blast or edges. We got some dark grey carbon fiber blocks and some dark green carbon fiber blocks just for some extra decoration, which then move across onto this part right here, which is a small thruster pod containing a single ion thruster. Ion thrusters are the only form of thrust that appear on the ship, so are only good for space. As for that, let's just keep going around, and we can see some more thrusters on the side to help you maneuver. And as we move all the way around to the back, we've got some more blast or edges in the white, which then come across to this grey piece right here, which is going to be our tail fins, made out of blast or edges and sloped half blocks. For our back, we got 2 large ion thrusters, which are going to help us boost along at some good speeds, and we have some green blocks just separating both of them. The blast door parts are there just to help protect the ion thrusters. If you don't like it, you can always just, if I just hop out of here, remove these blocks. And that's what it looks like without those parts on the back. It makes the ship very short and stubby, which I do kind of like in comparison to the other one. But then again, the ion thrusters at the back there are extremely exposed, and those blast door parts, those extra blocks that go all the way around it, would help absorb some damage going into it. Now let's go along the top, past this green stripe, we got some more ion thrusters, and we can see some batteries just on the side there. If we can move along to some dark grey blocks that lead to our cockpit. Coming down and underneath, so past the front, come past our camera and our gatling guns, and right underneath it we got ourselves a connector for you to recharge your batteries and put some more ammunition straight into it. We got some more ion thrusters there just to help you pull away from a station and to maneuver up. And that is just about it. I felt a lag spike there, so that means there is a pirate somewhere nearby. Or not. It's another military mine layer. As I was saying, that is that for the outsiders. Very nice, short and simple ship with some great firepower on it. But now it's time for me to get into my character and see what it has to offer. Number 1 is to shoot all of our gatling guns at once. So there they all go, all nicely. Number 2 is for our reloadable rocket launcher, which is on the script, so they fire in a nice pattern and not all at once. Number 3 is to view the camera straight forwards so we can aim our gatling guns. Number 4 is to turn off the larger ion thrusters at the back, and number 5 is to turn off all the other ion thrusters while leaving the ones on the back turned on. So we can use this to save power while cruising to your next destination. And then number 9 will be to turn them all off and all on, so once you're safely docked, just save that extra bit of power. Number 7 and number 8 is for your gyroscope, how much power it's using and how much it's going to turn the mouse around. So there we are, we've turned it all the way down and we're getting slower. Then we can speed it all the way up. And there we go. Tab number 2 is just controls for the batteries to put them into recharging or auto. And number 3 is to lock or unlock the connector underneath. And that is that. So let's go for a quick little thruster test, so moving forwards. That's what we get, we're quite fast going forwards. Stopping is much slower, so you will need to do a 180 and boost forwards if you want to stop very quickly. Going left and going right, we are quite slow. Going down and going up, we are better than our left and our right, but nowhere near as good as our forwards. So let's now go and fly over and start shooting up the station and see what kind of damage we can do. Let me just hide them for the moment. So firing all the gatling guns, we could just chew through all these light armor blocks like they're paper. Shooting the rockets as well is going to do a nasty bit of damage to anything that isn't heavy armored blocks or blast door parts. We just keep shooting that. We can destroy all those window blocks like they're nothing. Yes, we can do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. Let's go and say hello to that mining carriage over there and see how they can deal with this small fighter ship. So we've been flying for a little bit and we're now closing in. Let's get a camera view of what they've got. I can see quite a few rocket turrets and gatling guns on the front there, so it looks like we're going to be taking them from the back to ensure we take minimum damage to our cockpit. So now I'm going to just quickly boost myself around so I can stop quite quickly. There we go. And we should put ourselves right behind them. So now we're going to open fire on their turrets like that. Let's get rid of them. Get rid of some of their warheads. And wow, that was really effective. But now they're spinning out of control. I think they've lost quite a few thrusters on the side. Now we're going to keep shooting them. And fire some rockets into them. There we go. Without tearing them apart. They're not fighting back because we're not hostile to them. That is really good damage there. Let's just keep shooting them, tearing away their blocks. I think they've got some heavy armor blocks on there because they seem a lot more resilient than the other stuff on the station. There goes those thrusters. Let's stop them. And now we're really chewing through their internals. Let's get some more rockets in there. That's it. They're now completely apart. And there's nothing else they can really do. So this fighter does quite a lot of damage. It is very cheap to build once you're in space. That is one hell of a lot of smoke. Look at that. Yes, it's very cheap to build once you're in space because those small iron thrusters do not take many thrust components to actually complete. But that is it for the Civillian Purpose Fighter. It's a lovely, very small fighter for you to play around with in your own world. Perhaps use it in survival mode or use it for creative and just shoot stuff like I am right now. So it'll be in the description below if you wish to download and play around with it yourself, and I'll be back with another showcase video some point soon. Bye bye.